Hi friends, hello, good morning, welcome to our channel, The Voice of Nurse. Today we are going to discuss a continuous topic from the previous videos. The subject name is Community Health Nursing. Today we are going to discuss part 3. We already finished part 1 and part 2. In part 1 we discussed related to the introduction of the community health nursing, definition, community health nursing process, health assessment, epidemiology and methods, principles of epidemiology, and family health care system, healthcare team. These all things we already discussed in part 1. Along with these introduction related to the community health nursing, we already finished 20 questions in part 1 along with introduction of community health nursing plus 20 questions we already discussed in part 1 video. Next, part 2 video we discussed related to the community health nursing 30 questions from the 21 to 50. 30 questions we already discussed. Today we are going to discuss part 3. In this video we are going to discuss from the question number 51 to further question we are going to discuss today's class. Before moving on to topic, a small request friends, anybody watching first time my channel, please subscribe my channel, click on the bell icon for further notification, and please share your opinion in comment section. Please give a like and share the video to your friends. Today we are going to discuss community health nursing point of view part 3 from the question number 51. After knee above amputation of a 30 years male, Ames foot was implanted to patient. This termed as here after knee above amputation of 30 years male, the Ames foot was implanted to a patient. This is termed as means this is called as. We will see here first options. Option A, tertiary prevention. Option B, secondary prevention. Option C, primordial prevention. Option D, primary prevention. Actually, the levels of prevention is having 4 levels: primordial prevention, primary prevention, secondary prevention, and tertiary prevention. We will see one by one what are the prevention levels. What is the primordial prevention? The primordial prevention means development of risk factors in a population group which they have not yet appeared. Means the development of risk factors is not appeared into the population group which they have not yet appeared. Before only we have to prevent through the primordial prevention. The second one is primary prevention. Primary prevention means action taken prior to the onset of disease, means which removes the possibility that the disease will ever occur. This is primary prevention. Next, secondary prevention. The secondary prevention means screening to identify diseases in the earliest stages before the onset of signs and symptoms will occur. This is called as secondary prevention. Next, fourth one is tertiary prevention. The tertiary prevention means it is used when the disease process has advanced beyond its early stages. All the measures available to reduce or limit impairments and disabilities and promote the patient's adjustment to irremediable conditions. So here, while secondary prevention seeks prevent the onset of illness, tertiary prevention aims to reduce the effects of the disease once established in an individual. So here the option A, tertiary prevention, is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 52. The ESI. ESI means Employee State Insurance. ESI Act came into force in which year? The Employee State Insurance Act came into force in which year? We will see here options. Option A, 1992. Option B, 1962. Option C, 1948. Option D, 1980. The Employee State Insurance Act in the year of 1948, Act number 34 of 1948, 19th April 1948, an act to provide for certain benefits to employees in case of sickness, maternity, and employment injury, and to make provision for certain other matters in relation. The Employees State Insurance Act in the year of 1948 amended. Here in these options, option C 1948 is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 53. Which of the following not a name of whooping cough? Here in this option, one is not a name for the whooping cough. We will see here options. First, option A, pertussis. Option B, 90 days cough. Option C, 100 days cough. Option D, barking cough. Pertussis is also called as whooping cough. Can cause a serious illness in people of all ages but is most dangerous for babies. Getting vaccinated is the best way to protect against pertussis. Whooping cough is also called as pertussis and 100 days cough and barking cough. But here option B is except here. Why it is called as 100 days cough and pertussis barking cough we will discuss now. The 100 days cough, also commonly known as whooping cough, takes its name from the heavy wheezing sounds you make when trying to breathe in between coughs. In general, those who suffer from the 100 days cough experience severe hacking cough and high pitched intake of breath will be present in this patient. So here, which of the following is not a name for the whooping cough means 90 days cough is not a name for the whooping cough. The whooping cough is also called as pertussis, 100 days cough and barking cough. So here option B is except. Next we will move on to question number 54. Essential health care, also termed as. What is the essential health care other name? We will see here options. First, option A, tertiary health care. Option B, primary health care. Option C, secondary health care. Option D, A and B. What is essential health care? The essential health care is individual health care, family health care and community health care. Primary health care refers to essential healthcare that is based on scientifically sound and socially acceptable methods and technology. So here, essential healthcare also termed as primary healthcare. What is primary healthcare? The primary healthcare is essential healthcare made universally accessible to individuals and families into the community by means acceptable to them through their full participation and at a cost that the community and country can afford. The aims to optimize population health and reduce disparities across the population by ensuring that subgroups have equal access to services. So here in these options, option B, essential health care is also termed as primary health care. Next we will move on to question number 55. The target of achievement of millennium development goal is. What is the target for achievement of millennium development goal is? We will see here option. Option A 2015, option B 2010, option C 2020, option D 2005. The millennium development goals MDGs commit the international community to an expanded vision of poverty reduction and pro-poor growth, one that vigorously places human development at the center of social and economic progress in all countries. The United Nations Millennium Development Goals are the 8 goals set by the 189 UN member states in September 2000 and agreed to be achieved by in the year of 2015. So here in these options, option A 2015, the target of achievement of millennium development goal is 2015. Option A is the correct answer here. The goals like eradicate extreme poverty and hunger, achieve universal primary education, promote gender equality and empower women, reduce child mortality. These all are the millennium developmental goals. Next we will move on to question number 56. Unaccepted occurrence of any disease in a community is termed as. Unexpectedly, some disease was occurred. This is called as, we will see here options. Option A, pandemic. Option B, epidemic. Option C, endemic. Option D, none of the above. We will discuss one by one. First, option A, pandemic. What is mean by pandemic? A pandemic is the worldwide spread of a new disease, such as a new influenza virus, or for example, for the pandemic, the condition is coronavirus that can caused by COVID-19. This is for example for the pandemic. Next we will see option B, epidemic. What is mean by epidemic? Epidemic means a widespread occurrence of an infectious disease in a community at the particular time. Occurring widely in a community at a particular time means suddenly occurs, means unexpected occurrence of any disease is termed as epidemic. So here in this options, option B is the correct answer here. Option C, endemic. Endemic means regularly occurring within an area or community. This is called as endemic. In detail about epidemiology and epidemic condition, pandemic and epidemic, endemic, these all things we already discussed in part 1, introduction of the community health nursing. So here unexpected occurrence of any disease in a community is termed as epidemic. For example, for the epidemic conditions, cholera and diarrheal diseases, measles, malaria and dengue fever, these all are the condition for example for the epidemic. Next we will move on to question number 57. Which language is used for people who are visually handicapped? So here in this community we are having the handicapped, visually handicapped client. How we will communicate with them? Here option we will see option A, with actions. Option B, Hindi. Option C, Braille. Option D, with sounds. The most popular resource for visually challenged person is the Braille script. It was developed by Louis Braille in the year of 1821. The Braille system has 63 dot pattern or characters. Each character represents a letter, a combination of letters, a common word, or a grammatical sign. The dots are arranged in cells of 2 vertical rows of 3 dots each. The script is based on 6 points. This pattern, when embossed on braille sheet, help visually challenged person to recognize words by touching. What meant by Braille? Braille is a tactile reading and writing system. It opens up the written word to blind and visually impaired people. It is a fast and efficient way to make notes in meetings and can also be useful when reviewing long printed documents. Braille can also be written and read through a computer also. So here the language is used for people who are visually handicapped in the community or in the society. We can communicate with the option C, Braille. Option C is the correct answer. Here next we will move on to question number 58. NVBDCP. NVBDCP means, what is meant by NVBDCP? We will see here options. Option A, National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program. Option B, National Vagus-Borne Disease Control Program. Option C, A and B. Option D, none of the above. The Directorate of National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program, NVBDCP, is the central nodal agency for prevention and control of 6 vector-borne diseases. The vector-borne diseases: malaria, dengue, lymphatic filariasis, Kala Ajar, Japanese encephalitis and Chickengunya. So here NVBDCP means National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program. The National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program legislations: National Anti-Malaria Program, Kala Ajar Control Program, National Filaria Control Program, Japanese Encephalitis Control Program, and dengue and also dengue hemorrhagic fever controlling program. These all are comes under vector-borne disease control program list. So here in this option, option A, NVBDCP means National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program. Option A is the correct answer here. Next, we will move on to question number 59. The term comprehensive health care was first used by which committee? The term comprehensive health care was first used by which committee from the following options? We will see here options one by one. Option A, Boer Committee. Option B, Qatari Committee. Option C, Kartar Committee. Option D, none of the above. The Government of India constituted by committee in 1972 known as the Committee on Multi-Purpose Workers under Health and Family Planning under the chairmanship of Kartar Singh, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Health and Family Planning, Government of India. So here in these options, option C, Kartar Committee is the correct answer. Kartar Singh Committee in the year of 1973. The Government of India constituted in the committee in the year of 1972. The term comprehensive healthcare was first used by the committee of Kartar. So here in this option C is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 60. What is the word ELISA meant? ELISA. ELISA means. We will see here options. Option A, enzyme linked immune sorbent assay. Option B, enzyme linked immune solution assay. Option C, enzyme linked integrated solution activity. Option D, enzyme licensed integrated sorbent activity. ELISA, ELISA, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, is a labeled immunoassay that is considered the gold standard of immunoassays. This immunological test is very sensitive and is used to detect, quantify substances includes antibodies, antigens, proteins, glycoproteins and hormones. The assay used most widely to detect or diagnose viruses infection, especially infection of blood-borne viruses. For example, for the blood-borne viruses, detection of blood-borne viruses, example HBV, HCV, HIV and HTLV, is the enzyme linked immunosorbent assay whose sensitivity and practicability have rendered in the most common primarily screening assay. So here in these options, option A, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, ELISA means. Option A is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 61. What is the incubation period of tetanus? What is the incubation period of tetanus? We will see here options. Option A, 3 to 21 days. Option B, 1 to 4 days. Option C, 10 to 12 days. Option D, 13 to 15 days. What is meant by incubation period? We have to know first. Incubation period is the time it takes for an infection to develop after a person has been exposed to a disease causing organism. For example, bacteria, virus or fungi. The incubation period ends when the first signs or symptoms of the disease appear. This is called as incubation period. In this question, incubation period of tetanus. Here, the incubation period for the tetanus is usually between the 3 and 21 days, average 8 days it will be there. However, it may range from 1 day to several months depending on the kind of wound, most cases occurring within 14 days. Incubation period time from the exposure to illness usually between the 3 and 21 days. Symptoms of tetanus usually develops 4 to 21 days after infection and average they start after around 10 days. The main symptoms of tetanus: stiffness in the jaw, muscles, locked jaw, which can make opening your mouth it will be difficulty. So here in these options, incubation period for the tetanus is option A is the correct answer, 3 to 21 days. Next we will move on to question number 62. Mode of transmission of chikungunya fever. What is the mode of transmission of chikungunya fever. We will see here options. Option A, rat bite. Option B, Aedes aegypti. Option C, cat bite. Option D, none of the above. No doubt here option B is the correct answer. Aedes aegypti. Chikungunya virus is primarily transmitted to people through the bite of infected mosquito, mainly Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus. People are the primary host of chikungunya virus during the epidemic periods. Mosquitoes become infected when they feed on a person who already has the virus, which can be transmitted dengue and Zika virus also. These mosquitoes bite primarily during daylight hours. So here in these options, mode of transmission of chikungunya, here option B is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 63. The vaccination was first performed by, we will see here options. Option A, Louis Pasteur. Option B, Salk. Option C, Edward. Option D, Fleming. Dr. Edward Jenner created the world's first successful vaccine. He found out that people infected with cowpox were immune to smallpox. In May 1796, English physician Edward Jenner expands on this discovery and inoculates 8-year-old James Pepys with matter collected from a cowpox sore on the hand of a milkmaid. Edward Jenner discovered the vaccine for the first time in the year of 1796. The term vaccine was derived from the vaccine when he used the cowpox vaccine to protect from smallpox. The smallpox vaccine introduced by Edward Jenner in the year of 1796 was the first successful vaccine to be developed. So here vaccination was first performed by option C, Edward. Dr. Edward. So here option C is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 64. 14 principles of administration were proposed by. The 14 principles of administration were proposed by. We will see here options. Option A, Henry Foyle. Option B, Max Weber. Option C, Yelto Mayo. Option D, Carl. The Henry Foyle was known as the father of modern management. He gave us the famous 14 principles of management. The administrative theory of management was first generalized by Henry Foyle in the year of 1941 to 1925. With his work and publications, Foyle's 14 Principles of Management and Administration illustrates it. Generalized, and Foyle was French mining engineer who recorded his industry methods. What are the 14 principles of administration process? Is division of work, authority and responsibility, unity of command, unity of direction, equity, order, discipline, initiative, remuneration, stability, scalar chain, and subordination of individual interest, a script decrops, centralization and decentralization. These all are the 14 principles of administration were proposed by the Henry Foyle. Here 14 principles of administration by the proposal by Henry Foyle. Option A is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 65. Why disaster management planning is necessary? Why disaster management planning is necessary? We will see here options. Option A, capacity building. Option B, rescue and relief. Option C, prevention of threat. Option D, all of the above. Disaster management plays an integral role in keeping communities safe. It involves coordinating the resources such as pollution control systems and responsibilities, such as following best practice policies needed to prevent, prepare for, respond to, and recover from emergencies. Disaster management planning is necessary for capacity building, rescue and relief, prevention of threat. So here in this option, option D is the correct answer, all of the above. Indian government strives to promote a national resolve to mitigate the damage and destruction caused by natural and man-made disasters. So here option D, all of the above is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 66. Typhoid and tuberculosis or what type of diseases? Typhoid and tuberculosis or what type of diseases? We will see here options first. Option A fungal, option B viral, option C egale, option D bacterial. Typhoid fever is also called as enteric fever, is caused by Salmonella bacteria. Typhoid fever is rare in places where few people carry the bacteria. Typhoid fever is a life-threatening illness caused by Salmonella type bacteria. So here, not only this typhoid and tuberculosis, cholera, tetanus, tuberculosis, typhoid, these all are the bacterial diseases. So here in this option, option D is the correct answer. Typhoid, tuberculosis, here option D bacterial diseases. Tuberculosis is caused by bacterium. The bacterial name is Mycobacterium tuberculosis. The bacteria usually attack the lungs, but tuberculosis bacteria can attack any part of the body such as kidney, spine and brain. So here in these options, option D bacterial is the correct answer. Typhoid, tuberculosis. Typhoid and tuberculosis are both type of diseases, means bacterial type of diseases. Next we will move on to question number 67. The training schedule for village health guide is. What is the training schedule for the village health guide? We will see here options. Option A 9 months, option B 3 months, option C 12 months, option D 15 months. Village health guide is a person with an aptitude for social services and is not a full-time government functionary. The training is arranged in the nearest PHC, primary healthcare center, for 200 hours spread over for a period of 3 months. Based in a part on the success of India's early community health workers program, the Government of India launched in the year of 1977 Village Health Guide to provide preventive, promotive and basic curative care to rural populations. A village health guide, a person with an aptitude for social services and is not a full-time government functionary. Training should be arranged for the nearest PSCs in the time period 200 hours spread over for the period of 3 months. So here in these options, option B training schedule for the village health guide is option B 3 months is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 68. Which healthcare personnel was introduced under ICDS scheme? Which healthcare personnel is introduced under ICDS program? We will see here options. Option A TBA, option B MPW, option C ANMs, option D all of the above. ICDS means Integrated Child Development Services or scheme. ICDS provides supplementary nutrition, immunization, primary health care. Primary health care comes under healthcare checkup and referral services, preschool education to children under 6 years of age, their mothers. The nutrition and health education in the under the ICDS program. The objectives for the ICDS to reduce the incidence of mortality, morbidity, malnutrition and school dropouts, to achieve effective coordination of policy and implementation among the various departments to promote child development. The important services provided by Anganwadi workers are primary healthcare checkups and immunization, supplementary nutrition, educating people, in particular women, about family planning, their health and well-being. So here in these options, option C ANMs Anganwadi workers is the correct answer. The healthcare personnel was introduced under ICDS scheme was option C ANMs is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 69. A client with dysphagia, sore throat, bulk neck appearance as a community health nurse, how she can diagnose the condition from following. We will see options first here. Option A, mumps. Option B, pertussis. Option C, diphtheria. Option D, measles. See one by one. Mumps. The signs and symptoms for the condition mumps: tenderness near the stomach upset, vomiting and fever, fuzzy leg, loss of appetite. These all are the signs and symptoms for the mumps. Option B, pertussis. The pertussis early signs and symptoms like runny or stuffed up nose, low grade fever, mild occasional cough, apnea and cyanosis in the babies and young children. These all are the comes under the signs and symptoms for the pertussis. Next, option C, diphtheria. The signs and symptoms for the diphtheria: a thick grey membrane covering throat and tonsils, sore throat and hoarseness, swollen glands in the neck, difficulty breathing means dysphagia. So here in these options, option C, diphtheria is the correct answer. A client with dysphagia, sore throat, bulk neck appearance, as a community health nurse, she can diagnose the condition from the following means option C, diphtheria is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 70. This is the last question in this part 3 video. We discussed in part 3 20 questions only. From 71 to 100 30 question we are going to discuss in part 4 video. The 70th question, the term endemic means. We will see here options. Option A, usually occurrence. Option B, outbreak of disease. Option C, expected occurrence. Option D, all of the above. The word endemic refers to the constant presence and or usual prevalence of disease or infectious agent in a population with a geographical area. The word endemic means usually occurrence. The regularly occurring within a area or community is called as endemic. So here in these options, option A, usually occurrence. Option A is the correct answer here. Last question in this video, part 3, related to the community health nursing. Next continuous topic we are going to discuss from the community health nursing point of view. 71 to 100 30 question we are going to discuss in next class related to the community health nursing, that is part 4. Till now we finished 3 parts related to the community health nursing. Thank you for watching my video. Anybody watching first time my channel, please subscribe my channel, click on the bell icon for further notification and please give a like. Keep watching.